Y'all already know what it is, man. Mr. Urban Wall Street, man. We out here in Cincinnati. We outside the offices of my man Tank Ronald. I got him on the line right now. Ebony J Media Center, that first black media center in Cincinnati. It's serious right now. Ohio, we going in, but y'all keep watching, man. Oh, they got my brother Tank right there. I see him. Ebony J right here, right here. Oh, let me give him that dap up real quick. You heard? But my man right here, Ebony J Media Center. I'm out here, my man Tank Ronald. So this is the director of operations, Ebony J Media Center in Cincinnati, the first black-owned media center in the state or in the city?
In the city.
In the city, which is a beautiful thing. Yes. So my brother Tank Ronald, that's my man Tank, but on some professional joint. Tank, what's good, baby?
I can't call it, man. Just taking it one day at a time.
That's a beautiful thing, man. So listen, we're here in Cincinnati, man. What's coming up, man? What's coming up new, man? I seen you a couple of weeks ago. I told you you're gonna see me every now and again. Me and Ebony J Media, Urban Wall Street, young producer, we're gonna do some serious things. Got some more things to talk about. What's poppin' with Ebony J Media, baby?
Well, right now we're getting ready for the holiday season, the Thanksgiving and the Christmas. So we're finna prepare to decorate this for Christmas, and I'm gonna be the Christmas Santa for the
when you say decorate this, you understand?
We just beautiful thing, for the 2024 though, you know, so we just have a couple entrepreneur classes going and getting excited about getting these kids enrolled, man. We overwhelmed. They hit the website, they came, and now we just getting these kids in, finding out what program suits them, and we take it off from there.
So you ready to get that Urban Wall Street Young Producer Cincinnati? You coming, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The floor, you see it, floor, Ebony J, baby. Shout out to Ebony J. It's a thorough young queen, doing her thing. I'm gonna take my this beautiful black couple in Cincinnati. What's gonna happen out here? She pulling up right now. But here she come pulling up right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and see Miss Ebony J. So be clear, this is Cincinnati's finest on the radio stations and all that. But she's gonna let you know what radio station she's on and how she does what she does. So y'all keep watching. This that queen, Miss Ebony J. You see how she pulling up, right? You see she pulling up. This is big black things, right? Here's black excellence. You see her? She pulling up in the Porsche truck. This is Miss Ebony J right here. But this is the phenomenal, the incomparable Ebony J, you know, radio personality extraordinaire in Cincinnati. Miss Sis, let them know who you are.
I am Queen Miss Ebony J from Cincinnati, Ohio. I am a media guru, media superstar. I love helping entrepreneurs, young media professionals learn how to master media, whether that's social media, whether that's learning how to put stories together, doing storytelling. My goal is to give people a voice, and I've been able to do that from being on 101.1 The Wiz, Cincy's R&B station. As a little girl, that was my dream since 5 years old, and from there, I'm now on 100.3 Cincy's R&B station, where I'm delivering the motivation and giving you the Queen City news updates every weekend. And then I also host the Community Conversations podcast, where it's syndicated on all three of our Radio 1 stations here, where we are celebrating and highlighting nonprofits right here that are making a difference. So make sure you tap in, MissEbonyJ.com. You can Queen Ebony J on Facebook, and I Miss Ebony J on all other platforms. Same with piano and mixing. So just giving them the opportunity to learn music all the way around, not just going inside the studio and rapping, but the full entire experience. And like, even if your kid has an idea, they haven't even started writing their song yet, that's the perfect time to send them to us, so that way we can teach them about the beats, you know, learning how to write in those bars, learning how to inflect their voices and use their sound. So that's the big thing that makes us different from everyone else, because we're not your normal studio and you don't get a normal experience, but we try to help you all the way from the beginning to the end. So even when your song is done, what do you plan to do with it? How do you plan to market it? That's where we come in even more to kind of work more along with it.
Ebony J, I'm so proud of you, sister. We standing in the Ebony J Media Center right here. Now understand something, the Ebony J Media Center is not one location. It's a culmination of areas, avenues. And this is why, as Urban Wall Street, I was so proud, because y'all know I talked about YP Academy and wanting to find a location, and being a carpetbagger not from here is difficult. But when you come across a thorough black sister and a brother, and they're a couple, and you receive the energy, and they're humble, and then you realize this can be an actual place, an incubator that you can align, and you don't have to find a new place. We have a location. Let's Voltron and do greatness. Ebony, come on, how organic and crazy is this right now that's happening?
Oh, it's truly amazing. That's how you know it's God. And we've really just been in prayer during this whole entire process. just really just wanting him to do his works. This is his mission, this is his vision. He just using us in the forefront to get it done, but at the end of the day, it's for the kids. And so I'm just super excited because, you know, I always tell people my classmates understood what my gifts were. So when I was in school, they always put me in front of the camera. They made sure I did those things and I honed in that. So yes, I understand the behind the scenes part, but is that my favorite? No. So it's just such a blessing to have someone like you now be an addition who loves film and can take that part on, and I don't have to feel like I'm wearing so many hats now. Just having those like-minded people to come in and have that same passion is definitely what we looking for here at Ebony J Media. So I think it's such a blessing.
And what made you want to open up this media center, and how challenging was it?
I've been in radio for over 15 years. Ever since I was 5 years old, I said I wanted to be a teacher, preacher, and on the radio. And many people would always have something to say, like you had to pick one. But my mom told me I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And so I believed it, and I lived by it, and I just continue to grow from there. I literally, since being in the media industry, I've always taught. I've always been a mentor. I've always helped and guided different people in the industry. Like, it's like whoever I touch, they learn in some way, and then they take it and they go and they bloom, and then they always come back and be like, girl, you showed me this and it took me to the next level. And I didn't really take that serious. But like the last 3 years, like after the pandemic hit, I was working over at the Ohio Media School. Now, mind you, I've been doing media, but my goal was, okay, I will retire and be a teacher. I'm gonna go hard as long as I can in this media industry, become the queen, and then I'm gonna retire and be a teacher. But praise God for mentors. One of my great friends that worked at the radio station ended up working at the media school and told me, like, you don't need a master's for this. Like, you can come over and teach them. Like, you got great experience. And I went over there literally and taught like one class, and it was up from there. Like, everybody was staying after from my class. They loved my class. People were spreading words about my class, and people were signing up to the school just so that way they could learn from me. And so once I just literally watched that, and then being in the classroom and seeing the influence that I had and how their brands were growing, like, honestly, I never really paid attention to it until I got fired. And it was like getting let go after the pandemic, and like helping them make all these differences in the school. Like, before I even got the job, we noticed that there were flaws inside of the curriculum. So before I could even get all the way acquainted with my role, I spent a good 6 to 8 months on the curriculum, redefining their curriculum and making it great. And so then I jumped into my role, which then increased our graduation rate, which then brought back the retention of those who weren't staying in class and wasn't being active. And so we made those changes, and then boom, the pandemic, we got through the pandemic, and boom, I got let go. It was like, boom, what am I gonna do? I didn't stop though. I kept teaching, I kept mentoring, I didn't let anything keep me, grounded. That's actually when I launched the Media Coin Academy, because there was entrepreneurs at the time who just really was eager for information and was wanting to learn how I was bossing up. I was working at the media school full time, but still had my own company full time, and it was very, very hard. And then once I left there, I went and wrote the curriculum for Don, and I started being there full time. And then my company really started going hammer. And for me, it was like, I can't keep doing this. It's too much. So what am I gonna do? And so I kind of decided to make that decision to, boom, stay focused on Ebony J Media. So I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the last 3 years, and it's been truly complicated, truly challenging, a lot of learning, a lot of growing. If you know me, you know I don't stop learning. So always in classes, while still teaching and still growing. And the crazy thing about it is parents were having me come to their houses, teaching their kids DJing. I was teaching their kids virtually. I was doing coaching from my car and at my phone, and we were meeting at parks and coffee shops. And then I started teaching students from Hamilton County over the summer. And when we started doing that, it was like they let us borrow a room, and then we were teaching virtually. The frustrating part about it was some days the internet would go out. Some days the computers wouldn't work. Like, those are things that our company had nothing to do with. And so the frustrating after talking to my partner was like, honey, we got to do something about this, because like the kids are getting frustrated. And he was like, we're gonna find you a spot. And we looked all summer for a spot. We couldn't find a spot. Like, we needed this spot before classes started. And praise God for Ohio Means Jobs, who just let us rent out the one day a week on Friday. They let us use that space for free. And that was very helpful. The kids learned a lot, and us seeing them in person that one day gave us that inspiration. And so literally I told him, like, this is all I got saved, honey. I really just want to be able to do it better next year. And he was like, that's enough, we'll make it work. I'm like, you sure? And from there, God has just been instrumental in helping us grow. So right now we are looking for sponsors, we are looking for partners, we are looking for donations, so that way we can continue, because we have 2 different projects that's coming up, and we really need some support, so that way we will be able to, not only employ students, offer employment, but offer really adequate training for them. So if you're interested, please log on to our website, ebonyjmedia.com. You can learn about our classes, our courses, and our programs, and of course, our memberships.
Beautiful. You already know what is missing. Urban Wall Street, Ebony J Media, it's a beautiful thing. Listen, get behind and support the Cincinnatians, Ohioans, Daytonians, Hamilton Countyans. I'm a Brooklyn cat, whatever it is. But if you're in Cincinnati, support. It's a beautiful situation for our youth, for our children, for our people, for the culture of all ethnicities. I'm here on my New York, Brooklyn, but we bring in Urban Wall Street. Young producers here. If you don't know, like she said, you can go to uwsyoungproducers.com, see the things that we've done in New York, Boston, New Jersey, and Africa. And we're going to do the same thing here for the amazing youth in Cincinnati. I appreciate this system, Miss Ebony J Media. I appreciate her king, her partner, Director of Operations, Tank Ronald. Y'all keep watching, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Urban Wall Street, on location, Ebony J Media. Y'all already know what it is.
What's up, King? How you feeling on this Saturday?
Like a big dog.
You in the studio? You working today?
Not at all. I'm just here looking handsome.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, hold up.
What's up, Black Wall
Urban Wall
Street?
Street, man. Urban Wall Street, we're on location, man. Ebony J Media Center. With my brother Tank Ronald,
Yeah, I'm a
man.
sucker now.
Listen, man. Right? Listen. You can be gangster, man. I'm from Brooklyn, man. If you want to suck on a lollipop, you can get gangster, man. We doing real beautiful black things. We street cats. We educated cats. We doing some beautiful things with the Ebony J Media Center in Cincinnati, the first black-owned media center in Cincinnati. Shout out to the Black Queen. I'm saying, Miss Ebony J. It's a beautiful situation. But listen, y'all get involved. This is the beginning. The beautiful thing about ground floor is this is where you want to get in. Because in 2 or 3 years, maybe 18 months, the opportunity is going to get thinner. So if you want to be a part of history, get with us. Because listen, here's the reality. You can be a part of the history, or you can watch it and read about it. But it's going to happen where you want to be.